David Axelrod. David, I want to read Ron Fournier tonight in National Journal. Call it the curse of incumbency. Like many of his predecessors, President Obama fell victim Wednesday night to high expectations, a short fuse, and a hungry challenger. Guilty as charged?
Well, look, there's no doubt he has a hungry challenger. Governor Romney's always been good on the attack. We saw that during the primaries. What he's not very good at is offering specifics about his plans. He tried to deny his $5 trillion tax cut, but that's what he's offered, Brian. He's offered to bring down corporate rates to 25%, offered a 20% across-the-board income tax cut, and he has no plan to pay for it. He wants to spend $2 trillion more on defense. No plan to pay for it. He says he's going to roll back Obamacare and Wall Street reform. No plan for what he would replace it with. So all night long, I'd give him style points. What he would be graded down on is the substance of what he was talking about. He did also double down on turning Medicare into a voucher program, and I think a lot of Americans have deep concerns about that. So I think when everybody wakes up tomorrow morning, you're going to take a look at what Governor Romney said, and they're going to say, is this really the direction to lead America? $7 trillion in new unpaid-for debt and voucherizing Medicare, repealing Obamacare and starting that whole process over, replacing it with we don't know what, and walking away from Wall Street reform. David, that's not a prescription for a better future.
Let me ask this a different way, because as we've been saying, perhaps north of 50 million Americans watch tonight as a television presentation, as the first chance to see these two men, their two faces, their demeanors side by side. Would your advice to your boss be do the same thing next time, present the same President Obama as you presented tonight, or would you counsel the president, your boss, to make some changes?
Look, Brian, people know the president. This is not Mitt Romney's reintroducing himself constantly to the American people. The American people know the president. They know that he's earnestly fighting for the middle class, that he believes in a balanced way forward where we reduce our deficits, still invest in education and the other things that we need to grow this economy. And they know whose side he's on. So I would counsel him to go out there and be who he is. Keep fighting for people.
So you're perfectly happy with his demeanor and his energy level tonight?
What I'm happy with is the path he wants to lead this country on, and what's very clear is the contrast with what we saw on the other side. We have a balanced way forward, or we can go back to what we were doing before, and we know where that ended, in an economic catastrophe. And no matter how energetically Governor Romney presents his case, that is where he wants to lead the country.
All right, David Axelrod, thank you for joining us from the Spin Room in Denver.